About this, you can give her a call and ask her questions. 202-748-8001 for Republicans. For Democrats, 202-748-8000. For Independents, 202-748-8002. And if you want to send us an email, you can do so at journal@cspan.org. It was that joint hearing with Chancellor Merkel that the president referenced Ukraine, talked a little bit about the weapons aspect, but talked about the effect of sanctions that are currently going on. I want you to listen a little bit to what he had to say, get your reaction to it.
But what we have said is that the international community, working together, can ratchet up the costs for the violation of the core principle of sovereignty and territorial integrity, and that's exactly what we've done. And Russia has paid a significant cost for its actions, first in Crimea and now in eastern Ukraine. It has not yet dissuaded Mr. Putin from following the course that he is on, but it has created a measurable negative impact on the Russian economy, and that will continue. My hope is that through these diplomatic efforts, those costs have become high enough that Mr. Putin's preferred option is for a diplomatic resolution.
And Representative Kaptur, do you agree with the president on that stuff?
I think that, remember, the Cold War took over 4 decades until the Soviet Union collapsed. We're at the very beginning of this tug of war for Ukraine. And I think that because Russia is a nuclear power, she can overwhelm Ukraine. We have to use means that yield the end result we want, which is an independent, sovereign Ukraine, in a way that limits carnage. And I think that the president is on the right track. Russia is paying a price already with these sanctions. The Ukraine Freedom Act that we passed back in December in the House and Senate, which the president has signed, has additional sanctions we can place on Russia. I personally do favor the United States, through our European allies, providing additional defensive equipment to Ukraine so she can defend herself. Because over 5,000 people, they've lost as many people in Ukraine as the United States lost in the war in Iraq over a decade. They've lost that in less than a year. So the carnage there has been significant. And in many ways, I mean, if the American people saw how undefended Ukraine is, and they will have to make the decisions as to how to defend themselves.
Our first call for